So BTC is currently at a level where I will call a break it or make it zone. All right, and in this video, I'm going to show you, first of all, I'll show you the position I currently have on BTC, which is a sell position. I'm also going to show you that as well, the proof. And I'm going to be breaking down that level, the break or make it level where BTC is right now, to what we should look out for. All right, if to confirm if the market is going to go back to 100K or if we're going to be crashing down to 70K. Now, don't forget, guys, that in my 2026 analysis, I told you guys that BTC was going to go to 70K, 75K, and this is my prediction for BTC. This is where the market should bounce from in general if the bull market was going to continue this year. So stick around, and I'm going to go into all that. So first of all, let's take a look at the trade. So this is the trade I'm currently holding right now on BTC, which is this one over here. Though I have two positions. One of them I'm planning to close around 87, 85K, right? While the other I'm going to hold it in case this level I'm going to break down for you guys in this video does not hold, then BTC is going to go down to 70K, 75K. So I'm going to be holding one of those positions, hoping that level will hit from here. So first of all, let's head over to a clean chart. Let's go to a clean chart. um you guys must have noticed that sometimes the setups or the drawings on my charts are a little bit different. Yeah, that's because sometimes I do have there are sometimes that I apply smart money, but most times I just map out key levels with those purple lines and leave it that way because I already know, I already have the structure of the market in my head. So that's why most of the time you don't see the breakout structure change of character drawings on my most of my drawings. So let's use the Binance charts. Now, first of all, let's head over to the weekly time frame. All right. So I did a video uh couple a couple of days ago, right, about BTC prediction this week. So now if you watched my 2026 prediction, I mapped out certain zones. I mapped out this area over here as a zone to look out for. Now, I also told you guys in that video that I don't believe this zone was going to hold the price of BTC. Why? Because um, if we are to fulfill the usual smart money concepts, right, we're supposed to have something like this. Then this would be more like an a second low. All right, so this would be like this. Now, the reason I told you guys that price was not going to go high, that I told you guys that there was a fair value gap over here, and you can see price came and tapped into that FEG, and now it's coming down. So this movement you are seeing down here, if we were to look at this whole thing as a normal smart money concept stuff, then price is going to come down, take out these two lows over here, then this is going to be the zone. So this is going to be more like a long-term decision point. But currently we are in another we are in a daily we are in a particular decision point on the daily time frame. So that's what I'm going to show you guys in this video. So this is just for you to have a kind of weekly view of the charts of what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at price coming down to this level, taking out these lows over here. So that's why one of those my position is targeted around 75K, 70K, which is just so very close to this second um low over here. Now let's head over to the daily time frame so that we'll look at what I actually want to show you guys in this video. So where we are right now on BTC, remember in our weekly analysis, I told you guys that we had this level over here as one of the points of interest. Then we also have this zone over here. So these are just daily zones. Now, once again, we also have this, right, as a breakout structure. We have this. Now, in as much as this is a clear breakout structure, since price is disrespecting it, then this becomes a liquidity, right? So we are bound to see price come below this level, take out this level, then this is going to be decision point. Now, this area over here, this particular zone over here, which is around 88K, 85K. Now, for psychological level's sake, I would say 85K, right? 85K is a decision point for BTC. So that is why one of my position, okay, not 85K, let's say 88K, so that it aligns with this other block over here. So this level over here is a decision point for BTC. If BTC fails to hold 88K, guys, forget everything you are watching on YouTube. price is going to crash down to 70K, 75K. Now, another reason I say that is going to happen, right? If we are to overlook this spike over here, because you might not see this particular spike this way in other platform, but if we were to measure this as a channel, right? There's actually a wedge like structure. So we can see that if BTC fails to hold this level, then this is going to be a break out of that channel. We might see some minor retest and price is going to push down. So this is a level you want to be looking at for. So if you are looking forward to, let's say you want to buy, if you're looking forward to buying BTC, right? If you're looking forward to buying BTC, this is a level I would want you to pay more attention to. But if you're already in a sell position, don't worry yourself, just hold your position. But once price gets to 88K, you want to start going down to the 1 hour time frame and 4 hour time frame and monitor price action. Once you start to see some kind of change of character on the 1 hour time frame, then you might want to start reducing your position, resist the position, and see how price plays out at this particular key level. So this area I will say is the decision point, which is the DP. This is going to be decision points for BTC if BTC is going to go over to 100K or if pocket is going to come down. But using what I just told you guys from the 2026 prediction, which is from the higher time frame, like weekly, monthly, guys, this level is not going to hold. The whole stop losses over here are going to get run by the market. The market is going to run them off and the price is going to crash to 75K. So my prediction of 70K for BTC, it's still pretty much valid. It's pretty much valid. And if we happen to, another thing I want to show you guys too is that if price breaks this level, right, and starts to go down, then we'll now have another low over here, right? One thing I also want you to pay attention to, in case you want to see how far the market is going to go, is that you want to do something like this. You want to measure this, and you also want to measure this. Sorry. I want to measure this. Use this level over here. So if the market happens to break this level, it's 8K level, then simply means that we are going to continue going to tap this trend line over here. If this were to be a kind of channel, descending channel, or kind of falling wedge. So this, and as you can see, it is going to align somewhere around that 70K, which is around 68, 69K. So guys, BTC is still very, very bearish. I already warned you guys from the before the beginning of the year, yeah, that don't buy into crypto. Forget all the hype. That we are going to see a pump. You can go and watch that video and see where I made that warning. We are going to see a pump. In fact, let me just go to the monthly time frame and show you guys again, once again, what I showed you in that video. I told you guys something that we are going to, if the December closes with a gap. All right, this is why I don't like using Binance for my analysis, because in other platforms, this fair value gap has already been tapped, especially on the weekly. So I told you guys that if we see a fair value gap over here, then we're going to see a rally up, possibly tapping into that fair value gap. But even if it doesn't tap on the monthly, but on the weekly, it must tap. All right, so that we're going to see a close, then we're going to see a gap over here. They're going to see a rally in the beginning of January, and everybody will start buying into the market. Then just after that, we will see the market start to shoot down to take out this liquidity, then tap into this other block. So this is going to be the overall decision if the bull market is going to continue. So if you went against that and you bought, I highly suggest, well, I don't know if I can't give you financial advice though, but I don't really think that would be a good idea for you to be holding coins right now. You want to wait for whatever is going to happen here and here to play out, then see what this level is going to bring in the market. So, guys, that is all. Um, that's the update for BTC. If you have any position running on BTC, or maybe your analysis is contrary to what everything I've said, then let me know in the comment section. All right. Do have a lovely trading week ahead. Peace.